curriculum review is our district process to make sure that we follow what experts say is best for students, that we're meeting state requirements, and that what our students are learning is relevant to the lives they will live when they graduate from Hastings Public Schools. Currently, our curriculum review cycle moves in 4 phases: study, plan, implement, and improve. Let's take a closer look at what happens during each of those phases. During our study phase, a group of teachers from a content area, like language arts, Phy-Ed, world language, or social studies, for example, come together and take time to study and reach consensus about what's most important for students to learn. It's essential that during this phase, we look at how each grade builds to the next, and as a result, the curriculum review process involves a lot of teachers. In order to build a solid foundation, we begin by taking time to understand what experts are saying about what's important to learn and how students are learning best in that content area. We also take a look at what our data shows. What do we do well? And what can we do even better? We also make sure to look at state and national standards to determine what areas are we working diligently to address and where might we need to focus our efforts in order to do a better job. Also during this phase, we discuss and reach agreement about our answer to this question: what do our classrooms look like when we are doing our best work in this content area? By articulating our success criteria, we know how to measure our improvement. Then we move on to plan. Our teachers dedicate time to create their curriculum plan, sometimes called a curriculum map, the steps they are going to take to help all of their learners meet the goals we set in the study phase. Creating the map makes sure that all learners, no matter which classroom they're in, have a common learning experience. At the same time, we need to make sure that we add enrichments and interventions into the map so that our students who may need more support or time with a particular lesson have it, and we have additional meaningful work for students to do when they come across a topic they already learned. These are all things that need to be part of the plan. Additionally, teachers design assessments, ways to check in throughout the year to make sure that students are indeed learning what we plan for them to learn. Another piece in the plan is looking at new resources. Sometimes we discover during our study and while we're developing our maps that our current resources, our textbooks, workbooks, online programs, hands-on materials, and teacher training, aren't as good as we need them to be, and we decide that it may be helpful to look at new materials. But before we look at anything new, we revisit our success criteria. It's important that anything new that is purchased meets the goals that we've set and aligns with the plans we've created. Once we've created our plan, designed our assessments, and decided on any new resources, we're ready to shift to the next step in our review process: implement. This is where we see improvement in action. After teachers have dived into any new resources and had time to learn from experts related to any new purchases, we share our new learning with our students. Throughout the implementation of the new plan, we check in to see how things are going and reflect on our success criteria. We continue to think about our big question: what do classrooms look like when we're doing our best work in this content area? And we ask ourselves, how closely are our practices aligned with what we imagined as ideal? We celebrate the successes in our implementation, and when we discover we're not quite there, we make adjustments. And those adjustments are critical to the final and ongoing step in our curriculum review cycle: improvement. We continue to have conversation about what's working and where do we need to improve. We talk to our colleagues to learn about their exceptional lessons and make adjustments to our teaching. We continue to study, tweak our plan, and dedicate time to continuous improvement. That's what the curriculum review cycle is really about: making our schools better and better for our students. I hope this quick video helped you better understand our curriculum review cycle. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Here's my contact information. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of your day.